What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Trucker Scrap coming at you with another video. Before I get this video started, I want to say my condolences to the family and the friends that got that lost their lives in Colorado on I-70 over there a couple of years ago. And also want to say my condolences goes out to the ones that got injured, and also the young man that basically has lost his life there for an accident. I'm making this video because I've seen a lot of people talking about this young man and saying that he got what he deserved. Um, this video is basically is going to talk about um, the things that I have went through, but just give you guys a little background of myself. Um, I have my own authority, and I've been driving now a little bit over 10 years. I've had my own authority for a little bit over 6 years now. Um, So I am a small carrier that has a couple of trucks, a couple of trailers. Also, I have a few owner operators that's leased on to me. I just want to let you guys know that when I first started driving trucks, fresh out of school, and when I tell you fresh out of school, I mean fresh out of school. I was put with a trainer. I was with. I've never ever been with a mega carrier, a big mega carrier at all. I've always the jobs that I have had, I always work with small moms and pops. And this company that I started out with, I've only really done flatbed since I've been driving. This company that I started out with, it was a flatbed company here in Michigan. And fresh out of school, they put me with a trainer. I guess I can call him that. No, I won't even call him a trainer because he didn't even train me. But they put me with a guy, and my very first run with this guy, we went to Baltimore, Maryland. As soon as we left, he didn't let me drive at all. We got to Baltimore, Maryland, and once we got there, um, on the way out, he let me drive coming back, and he let me drive for I want to say about 6 7 hours, if that. But to tell you guys a short story, what happened? Once I got behind the wheel, like I said, I didn't even know anything about trucking at all. I barely even knew how to shift the gears. Um, he put me up under the wheel, and I started going down the mountain. And before I started going down the mountain, though, he decides to, guess he was tired of sleep or whatever. He decides to get up and go in the back and go to sleep and leave me behind the wheel, a guy that didn't know absolutely nothing about driving, didn't know anything about flatbed, didn't know anything. But he decides to get up and go to sleep. So I saw signs on the road that said truckers, please use lower gear. And I didn't really understand what that meant. So as I started going down the mountain, um, I kept seeing those signs that said, truckers use lower gear, such and such grade. So, and I didn't know what that means, 5% grade. Had no idea what that stuff meant. But as I'm going down the mountain, uh, I I got up to a very high rate of speed. And the reason why I got up to a very high rate of speed is because as I started going down that mountain, I decided to um, try to downshift. And the only reason why I tried to downshift was because uh, I was still in 10th gear as I was going down that mountain. Now, some of you guys will laugh, and whatever the case may be, that's okay. Because hey, I was a rookie. I didn't know anything else. I had no idea that before I even started going down that grade, that I was supposed to have been in a lower gear. But anyway, I started going down that mountain, and I decided to take that truck out of gear and go at a high rate of speed and try to downshift. There was nothing happening. I could not get that truck back into gear. Luckily, that it was early and there wasn't a lot of people out on the road. And I can't tell you exactly how fast I was going, but what I can tell you is um, I was going a very, very, very high rate of speed, and I didn't know about heating up your brakes and you can set your brakes on fire, and I didn't know anything about that stuff, so I'm riding my brakes, trying to get down, come to a stop, and next thing I know, I hear a buzzer in my ear. Beep. I don't know what that means. I just know it got something dealing with brakes. So I look in my rearview mirror and all I can see is nothing but smoke. I know it's coming from me because there's there's no one else behind me and no one in front of me really. Um, I can't tell you why that truck came to a stop, but it did. But I was basically down that mountain by the time it came to a stop. And when it did come to a stop, just me sitting here talking about it right now, my hands are sweating. Just me sitting here talking about it right now. But by the time that truck did come to a stop, um, um, I mean, I basically didn't know what to do. And this guy, I called out his name, and I was like, why didn't you help? Why did you do that? And his response to me was, you had to learn somehow. But I said that to say this here: that young man that had that accident, it's not just his fault. I'm not just putting I cannot put all the blame on him. I have to put some of the blame on the company because like I said, I was with a company that did that to me, didn't give me any kind of training. Anyway, after that happened, we finally got back to the yard a day later, and um the safety department called me in the office and told me to make sure he was going to give me a couple of days off. And, I'm just thinking that, hey, I'm getting a couple of days off, then I'm going back out with a trainer. And when I come back Monday morning, the safety director, he gives me some keys to the truck and he tells me, he said, hey, you already been out with a trainer and I want you to take truck such and such, and get all your stuff moved in, get all your chains, and get everything moved onto the trailer, and wait on dispatch to give you a call and let you know where you're gonna go. And I'm sitting there thinking like, wait on dispatch to tell me, okay, where's my trainer? And I was on my own at that point. After 3 days, I kid you not, 3 days of being on the road with a guy that only let me drive going down a mountain that I almost screwed up real bad and didn't let me drive anymore. And they put me in a truck after 3 days. When the dispatcher did call me and when he was telling me where to go, he told me to go. If any of you guys know anything about Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, um, that's where he told me to go. The company that I was with, we was hauling drywall. Well, we hauled everything, but Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, that's what they was known to haul out of there was drywall. That was the scariest. I should not be driving trucks right now today. I should not have my own company. When those guys did that to me, I should be right now. I should be probably. They probably should still be trying to find my body off the side of a mountain somewhere. Because I knew absolutely I shouldn't have been out there doing that. It's a surprise to me that I didn't kill myself or I didn't kill someone else. You know, uh, back then. Um, so that young man that didn't have the training and the understanding of what he was doing, going down that mountain, it's not his fault. It is his fault that he passed the runaway ramps. I also saw those runaway ramps. I'm gonna tell you though, when you are new and you have never been in that position before, that runaway ramp to you, that looks like death. You guys hear me? That runaway ramp looks like death to you. It's no way, especially back then either. It's no way. That's kind of like me playing Russian roulette taking a gun, putting it to my head, and saying I'm gonna pull the trigger. I can't do that. I don't have the nerves to even do anything like that. So with that young man, I understand what he was going through, and I understand the fear that was installed in him as he was going down the side of that mountain. I want you guys to. I've seen. I'm a carrier now, so and I still drive sometimes. But I want you guys to understand how many times I have been at a rest stop or a truck stop, and I've seen guys get up, go brush your teeth right outside the truck, take a leak right outside the truck, whatever they, do their business, and just start the truck up and never ever check anything. I've seen that. So I mean, it's so many times I can't. I've been driving a little bit over 10 years, like I said, and it's been so many times I've seen that. It's been so many times I've seen people pull up and don't even do a post trip at the end of their shift. Never get out the truck, bag in, jump in the sleeper, and just go to sleep. Watch movies, do whatever they do. You guys got to stop being lazy out there. You got to stop. You got to stop. You have to stop. You are playing with your life and you're playing with my life. You're playing with my children's life. You're playing with my wife's life. You're playing with your own family life when you do that because tragedy can strike at any time. You can catch things before they happen if you do a post trip. You can catch things before they happen if you do a pre-trip. Ask me how I know because I've done it. It's been times that I've had to use the restroom and I've pulled into a truck stop and say, "Hey, I'm gonna get up under my trailer and I'm gonna look at my wheel seals." You know, in my doing my route, I've got up under the trailer to look at my wheel seals, make sure everything is okay, and found one that was leaking very bad. And it started leaking. I did my pre-trip. I did a post-trip, but during transit, it started leaking. And for anybody out there that knows what a wheel seal is, and if you run the wheel seal dry and you keep running that wheel seal dry, especially with flatbed, when you got 46,000 pounds on there and it's heating up, that whole spindle can come off. That whole when you have two tires together, it's like a shooting bullet down the freeway. You going down the freeway at 65 miles an hour, and those two sets of tires come off, and those tires will pass you as you driving down the highway, and anything that it hits, it's gonna destroy it. If it hits a car going down the freeway, the other side, it's going to demolish that car. So, guys, girls, please do a post trip, a pre trip. Be safe out there. If you see something, if you don't feel safe, whatever the case may be, do not let these guys force you into driving unsafe equipment. Please, if you don't feel safe, tell them no. If they try to force you, get out of that truck and get away from that company because that is not a good company. That company does not have your best. I want to say this again. That company does not have your best interest at heart. It's only one person that has your best interest at heart when you with a company like that, and that's you. I want you guys to be safe out there. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment. Please feel free to like, and please feel free to share this video.